My name is Jagadananda. I co-founded CYSD, Center for Youth and Social Development, based out of Odisha. And we just completed the glide workshop and with Pradeep and who else came here?
So, what was the first impression about Glide when you heard about it, and what were your expectations before the workshop?
First time it was a complete change of perspectives actually, because until the glide workshop we were focusing on how do you really enhance the income of the people with whom we are working. So, income of individual families, income at the community end, so that, and the assumption is if income goes up, maybe the life and livelihood becomes little different. Through glide workshop, the first perspective change happened. That was with this enhanced income. Yes, of course we have helped people to enhance their income, but with what happens with this enhanced income? How do you really look at the rural economy? Who takes the money and where does the money go actually? So there was a complete change of perspective, and a big thinking came around rural economy. How do we strengthen rural economy rather than just income enhancement? And how do we look at the rural economy and the ecosystem thereof? So that was what we discussed.
Any eye openers or deep insights from the Glide workshop?
I think one of the deep insight what I and my team got was there are so many ways in which this income of ordinary people is somewhat snatched out by outsiders, by others, right? And people don't realize that all their money, hard-earned money, is being, is going outside actually. And there are so many things, and all their needs, small needs even, for which they can do something, and the economy can, thrive locally, is always, taken out by the outside market. So how do you really improve the local economy by taking charge of the economy itself? That was the major shift.
How did you like the flow of the Glide workshop?
The flow was, very logical, and at the same time, we also dealt with all the confusions, all the anxieties, all the concerns, and but when you look at the whole thing, the methodology was an open-ended methodology, which I like actually. Right? It's a complete open-ended methodology. As it evolved, the whole workshop was evolving actually, from base to higher end. And finally, on the last day, I was happy that there was a complete clarity on what can be done, how we can do it, and what should be done, and then, how soon we can begin actually. So there was a sense of commitment to do something immediately after the workshop.
What some of the actions that you had taken to follow up after the workshop?
I think many of my colleagues, we identified many ideas, but we zeroed on about 4 ideas, and very simple ideas. And those ideas, I think we have identified champions around those ideas. And each champion is supposed to take the idea forward, go back to the village, talk to people, identify local champions, and then work as co-champions together, so that at least we are able to make a dent actually. And I'm sure, and we have also identified a time frame, and as per the time frame, I'm sure we will be able to move. And there is so much excitement at this point of time. We don't want that excitement to die actually. We want to make a difference, and that difference can only happen with these new champions who have volunteered to take it forward.
Did the Glide workshop meet your expectations, sir?
I think it was very, I had no idea how the glide workshop is going to look like. But towards the end, we felt, yes, group-based livelihood activities can be done by ordinary people and can be also done in a nice way, can be done in a real business way, and that really, that clarified many cobwebs which are there in the minds of, let's say, frontline workers, development activists, so-called development professionals, that, enterprise promotion is a very complex work, and it's difficult to implement a entrepreneurship activity. Glide workshop really demystified everything. It really disaggregated the various small pieces which has to be put in place, and towards end people realized that they had never thought through actually. And now, since there is a clarity on the various blocks, various foundation pillars, I think it is bound to be successful actually, in terms of enterprise promotion, in terms of revival of rural economy, in terms of strengthening our community-based work.
Did you like the facilitation of the Glide workshop?
I think the facilitation by the two facilitators were amazing. Each one was trying to bring both experience, insights, and the knowledge. When these three things are combined with a passion, and that is what Pradeep was trying to bring in, right? So it was a very passionate facilitation of knowledge, of information which is needed, and some skills which are so critical to do this work. So it was a great facilitation.
What would you like to recommend to other organizations about Glide?
I think organizations who are working in the rural areas, such as ours, organizations who are working with the tribal communities, I think we never think that how their own family economy, the community economy, the village economy is working actually. Sometimes we do think as part of a capacity building, but very rarely we implement it actually. So Glide workshop is an eye-opening workshop, and I would recommend to every rural and tribal development organizations to really take the Glide as a kind of model and a kind of framework to revitalize their own economy, the rural economy at the community end actually. And that will become a game changer actually.
Any other thing that you would like to add, sir?
I think a bit of preparation is necessary before the workshop. So people should come with some preparation, some thinking at least about something, about the things which are going to be discussed. And there has to be a complete, what you call, mentorship after the workshop is done over a period of 5 to 6 months. And I would certainly recommend all those who had attended, all those who had taken a lead in doing something from the new knowledge, from the new insights, should come together for a reflective workshop after a year.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting this.